Mom won the second prize in the lottery, over 750,000. She immediately turned around and deposited 200,000 each for herself, my brother, and sister in fixed terms. Watching my college tuition still up in the air, I asked to borrow some money from her. No money, go ask your dad for it. I had no choice but to break my piggy bank for my 18th birthday, hoping for a miracle. Perhaps a bicycle would turn into a motorcycle, winning me over 360 million. Last month, on my sister's birthday, Mom bought a lottery ticket. She often claims that my sister brings her good luck. Well, it turned out to be true. That night, she sat at her computer early to watch the results. She had bought a total of 10 bets with a combination of standard and additional bets, costing 30 yuan in total. The grand prize numbers were 5 plus 2, while my mom matched 5 plus 1, winning 5 second prizes and 5 fifth prizes, totaling 752,000. After calculating the tax deductions, she'd receive over 600,000. The next day, she rushed to the provincial office to claim her prize and immediately deposited 200,000 each for herself, my brother, and sister. And me? I got nothing. Not even a promise of tuition for college. To my surprise, she simply said, "No money, go ask your dad for it." I felt anxious as I called Dad. He assured me over the phone that as long as I got into college, I wouldn't have to worry about tuition fees. I breathed a sigh of relief, feeling a weight lift off my chest. Facing Mom, I felt justified, even a bit smug. Every day, I would hang out at the bookstore and take my bank card to the ATM to check my balance. But 10 days had passed, and my balance hadn't changed at all. I was getting anxious with no alternatives. For some reason, my left eye had been twitching all day long. I started to doubt Dad's words. Was he just feeding me false hopes? Today was my birthday, yet Mom didn't buy me a cake. There weren't even any eggs in the fridge. Distracted, I washed the rice and set it to cook, then chopped up some zucchinis and set them aside to dry. By 5:30, I couldn't wait any longer. I leaned against the TV cabinet, struggling over whether to call or not, but I quickly made a decision. I found Dad's phone number scribbled on a notepad under the landline phone and pulled out a plain white envelope. But my mind wasn't focused on that, so I didn't look at the front. After dialing Dad's number, the wait felt interminable. I almost thought no one would pick up. I gripped the receiver tightly and nervously twisted the phone line with my other hand. Suddenly, I heard his voice on the other end. "What's the matter now? If you don't make money, you don't realize how precious a phone call can be. Is this the third call this month?" "Dad," I blurted out before he could finish. There was a pause on the line. "Ah, Qian? What's going on at home?" Dad's tone softened when he recognized my voice. "Dad, today is my birthday, and I want to ask about the tuition. When will you transfer the money?" I asked impatiently, wanting to get straight to the point. That's not how I normally act, but I was too anxious to beat around the bush. "You call and not even a greeting? Didn't ask if I've eaten? After so many years of schooling, this is how you behave." Dad criticized me without answering my question. School is about to start. Frustration bubbled up. Adults could be so slow, always dragging their feet on the serious matters. "Your mom said you didn't get into college. Everyone else has already received their acceptance letters, but you haven't. That can't be. I calculated it. Even if I don't get into a provincial university, I should still qualify for a local college." Hearing that Dad said I hadn't made it, I immediately contested it. The call, though not long, felt laced with tension. Just 5 minutes. After hanging up, I furrowed my brow, muttering, "I can't possibly not get in. I calculated everything." I adjusted the landline cord back into place. As my eyes wandered, I spotted that white envelope again. Flipping it over, I realized it was an acceptance letter. Nursing school for obstetrics and gynecology recipient. Tang Qianqian. Is it mine? An acceptance to a local nursing school, a vocational nursing program, but I didn't apply to a local nursing school. 3 As the sound of the main door locking echoed from downstairs, I could also hear Mom and my sister talking. I had no time to think. I quickly tucked the envelope into the waistband of my pants, but since the school uniform was thin, I pulled it out again and folded it to fit it into my pocket. However, when I opened the pocket, I realized it was already packed with other things. I took it back out, stuffed it into the left side of my waistband. Only a small part was left outside, the rest was pressed against the elastic band of my pants. As I fumbled with that, their voices were already making their way up to the second-floor hallway. I quickly squatted down, opened the glass door of the TV cabinet, and pulled out the medicine box to grab some Tiger Balm. I twisted the cap and poured a little out, applying it to my ankle. At that moment, Mom and my sister had entered the hall. "Mom, the homeroom teacher said that with school starting in September and us going into Senior 3, I need to sign up early for the training classes. You have to give me the money to sign up." Fine, but if you're going to sign up, you need to work hard. If you make it to college, I'll sell my pots and pans to support you. When my sister saw me squatting in front of the TV putting on medicine, she immediately fell silent and didn't yell for me. Instead, she walked into the storage room to drop off her backpack before turning to go to the bathroom. Mom glanced at me while unlocking the door. Did you start cooking? Are the vegetables washed? I shot her a quick look and replied, it's cooking and I've washed them. Just need to stir fry. Did you water the flowers on the roof? Mom asked again. The sun was still strong earlier, so I thought I'd cook first before heading up. I was multitasking, mechanically answering while my mind was preoccupied with that envelope. I'll go water them now. I finished up with the medicine box. Thump, thump, thump. I hurried up to the 4th floor rooftop. After quickly watering the flowers, I dashed back to my room and shut the door to prevent anyone from peeking through the glass window. I opened the wardrobe door, hid inside, and finally pulled out the letter. At that moment, I realized the envelope had been tampered with. It was indeed an acceptance letter. Why would it be from a nursing school? I was filled with questions. With Mom still in the kitchen and my sister not in the hall, I placed the letter back under the landline phone, pressing it down firmly to hide it. At 6:40, after dinner and washing the dishes, I decided to go back to school and asked the homeroom teacher. As I was heading out, Mom asked where I was going, as if noting my absence more than usual. I'm meeting up with classmates to go to the bookstore to read in the air conditioning. The school wasn't far from my home. I could run there in just 2 minutes. After another 2 minutes, I reached the teacher's dormitory. Tang Qianqian, regarding your application, your mom came to school and insisted on changing it. It's now filled out for the nursing school. Your mom said your brother is studying medicine, and your uncles work in pharmacies, so... I stared at my homeroom teacher in disbelief, a chilling sense of dread creeping down my spine. My application was changed. My application was changed. For I ran out with a pale face, my lips white, as if I was escaping. That was my only chance to get away. I had waited 9 years. Instead, I found out that my application had been changed. All I had ever heard was that if you didn't get into college, you would end up working in a factory or attending a vocational school. I never realized that an application could be altered after it was submitted. My brother wasn't that impressive studying Chinese and Western medicine. My uncle was just helping someone find a location to open a pharmacy, and my cousin had recently started studying Chinese and Western medicine in Wuzhou, but he was only running errands at the pharmacy. I had no interest in studying medicine. I just wanted to escape this suffocating home. I didn't want to live in a place where saying anything was wrong, and doing anything was also wrong. The adults in this family were incredibly biased, favoring my brother and sister, while I was merely the family's unpaid maid. My brother and sister didn't have to do chores to earn pocket money. Mom hands my brother extra money without him even asking, and my sister only has to do a little housework to get her share. I got nothing. When the teacher said we needed to pay 5 yuan for class fees, Mom was suspicious that I might be trying to con her. She insisted on calling the homeroom teacher to verify, and once confirmed, she reluctantly handed over 5 yuan after I cried from frustration. For a moment, I felt that today, my 18th birthday, shouldn't be filled with this kind of bitterness. I hurried home, and at the bottom of the wardrobe, I pulled out a mop bucket and rummaged to find a small golden piggy bank. I grabbed a thicker piece of clothing to wrap it in, and then smashed it a few times against the wall. When I reopened it, the piggy bank cracked open, spilling out piles of small denomination coins. This was money I had saved from red envelopes since I was 9. I also found a homemade zipper wallet the same size as my palm. I shoved the money inside, pinning it to the elastic waistband of my pants with a safety pin, and organizing everything neatly. Rushing out of the house, I could hear Mom chatting and laughing with the neighbor on the rooftop. On my way to the bookstore, I calculated how many more people visited during the New Year celebrations in previous years. The more visitors, the more red envelopes I received. Over the past 2 to 3 years, there had been fewer visitors, so I had saved only a little over 1,000 yuan in my piggy bank. An 8-inch cream cake costs 88 yuan. I wanted to buy one for myself, as well as treat my past birthdays. Thinking about this, I recalled the lottery ticket Mom bought for my sister last month, and suddenly I wanted to buy one too. My body reacted instinctively. Before I realized it, my feet had already taken me to the store. Minors aren't allowed to buy lottery tickets. The store owner said when she saw me in my school uniform. I'm already 18 and finished my college entrance exams. This uniform is useless now, I replied, pulling out my bulging wallet to show my ID. I waved it in front of her without caring if she noticed and slipped it back into my wallet. The ID was a substitute, with a dark photo that looked 20 years older than me. Tonight's ticket sales have ended. You can only buy tickets for the next draw, she said, returning to the ticket machine and signaling me to jot down some numbers. My mind was blank about what to write. I just put down my birth date, entrance exam ticket, and the score I had received in the exams. After some thought, I ultimately settled on a set of numbers. A drag number with an additional bet of 6 plus 6, a total of 10 tickets for 30 yuan. Watching the store owner print the tickets, I stuffed them into my wallet. As I was about to exit, I felt a strange urge tell me to request another ticket. I turned around, pulled out the previous ticket, and placed it on the counter with an assortment of coins of various denominations. One more ticket, please, I said, watching the handful of coins bump against each other as I pushed them forward. Are you sure? That looks like several hundred yuan. Is this money really yours? It's my red envelope money. Today is my birthday, so I'm buying it. The store owner counted the money. 666 yuan. Perfect for good luck. Keep your tickets safe. I took the tickets and realized that I had received 3 extra ones. Wait, I got 3 extra. You get a bonus ticket for buying over 268 yuan, and the one for your birthday is on the house. Both are random selections. After thanking her, I tucked my wallet away. I hurried to the bookstore and stopped at the little shop downstairs to buy 2 lollipops and a bottle of guava juice. My wallet felt lighter. I had less than 600 yuan left. 5 days passed, and Dad hadn't sent me any money or inquired about my exam results. Mom and my sister were at home discussing senior year and the training classes. My brother occasionally came home. He was interning at a hospital now. As for me, they didn't mention anything to me. Passing by the lottery store, I saw the owner wasn't there, just a middle-aged man sitting at the ticket machine. I didn't recognize him, so I hurried in to claim my winnings. Under the store sign, there was a red banner stating a major prize had been won. I pulled out my tickets and, after some thought, decided to redeem the ones I had received as bonuses. One of the bonus tickets won 4 plus 2, yielding 3,000 yuan, while the other, 3 plus 1, earned me 15 yuan. Holding the cash given to me by the store owner, I walked toward the bookstore. Deep in thought. Tickets under 10,000 yuan can be redeemed directly at the store, but grand prizes must go to the provincial office. Just the other night, I had checked the winning numbers online. I had struck it rich with the first place prize, 20 times the amount. I had won over 360 million. I was holding that ticket with excitement that lasted me through the night. One ticket for 10 bets at 30 yuan won me the first prize for 5 plus 2, totaling 16,944,399 yuan. I had 4 second prize wins at 5 plus 1, getting 601,716 yuan each, and another third prize for 4 plus 2, yielding 3,000. Another ticket earned 660 yuan with a 20-fold return. I couldn't tell my family. Instead, I had to keep it hidden. I couldn't go on being passive. I needed to take charge of my life. There were mixed feelings. The joy was that I finally had money for tuition. The concern was that I hadn't received acceptance letters. The worry was how to find a reason to leave the city and study in the province.